What's up guys, in this video, I'm gonna be showing you the best tips and tricks to beat the new Krampus figure in the Cringles Workshop event so you can get your own Cringle buddy. In this event, you have to find all the presents that are scattered in the room and put them back in the zone while avoiding the entity figure. If you're new to how this entity works, figure can find you by listening to your footsteps, so you have to move while being crouched so he can't hear you. I know this seems like common information, but I had many random teammates that died as soon as the game started because they just ran. Anyways guys, it's important to note that if you try to complete this game mode with other people, you will have to find 32 presents. However, if you try to complete it alone, you only have to find 12. So with that out of the way, here's the best way to beat it. At the start of the game, before you enter into Figure's room, make sure to loot. Pick up the clock as it's going to be very useful and there's a good chance you might find the crucifix as well. As you can see here, I managed to find the crucifix in the starting room. Next, when you're looking for the presents and you find a lot in one area, make sure to pick all of them up at least once. Because when you pick a present and then drop it afterwards, it will highlight in blue where that present is so all your teammates can see it and so you do not forget where it is later on. And because you can only pick one present at a time, you might have to backtrack a lot. The next tip you should know is that you actually shouldn't put the presents into the zone until you have found all of them. What you should do instead is place them right outside of the circle. This is because the more presents you put into the zone, the faster the figure becomes, and he can become insanely fast. So it's best to put the gifts inside after you've encountered all of them. Next, if you're having trouble with Figure, I want to show you a bunch of safe spots where Figure cannot touch you. These safe spots are insanely good if you're playing with multiple people, because you can just distract Figure for the entire game while your teammates look for presents. These can also be useful if Figure is getting close by, and there's no closets nearby, or you don't want to do the closet minigame. The first safe spot is by the snow pile at the right side of the present zone. If you get behind it right in this spot, Figure cannot touch you. You can see Figure is angry running around trying to get me, but he can't. However, the entity ambush can still sometimes hit you in this spot if he is coming from the broken ceiling that you see here. And if you get hit by ambush, you will lose 50% of your health. You can tell if he's coming from there if you see the red trail. But I found that this spot is safe from ambush most of the times if you stay crouched. Just watch out from that broken ceiling trail. The next safe spot from Figure is behind the chair where Cringles is sitting. Just move in from where this pile of snow is, and once you're behind here, Figure cannot hit you. However, ambush can still hit you here, so if you hear him, you should get into a closet. The next two safe spots are upstairs by the corners, and these are really good safe spots because I've tested this a bunch of times. And it seems ambush can't hit you in these ones. They're in the right and left corners of the map. When you're here by the edge, Figure cannot reach you, and if you hear ambush coming, simply get behind the crate you see here, and ambush will not hit you. Just make sure Figure is no longer aggro, because if you get behind this crate, Figure will hit you. Also guys, these safe spots are the best places to place your clock so you can activate it multiple times. Because Figure cannot destroy the clock here. If you try placing the clock anywhere else, Figure will destroy it and you will not be able to use it again. Placing the clock will trigger an alarm and Figure will be distracted by it, giving you a lot of time to look for the presents, and it even allows you to run for a bit and speeding things up. Next, if you are collecting the gifts from upstairs, bring them downstairs and place them all here by the ledge. This is because you can simply enter the zone afterwards and pick them up from below as you see here. This will speed things up and involves less walking. Another tip you should know is that if you have healing items, such as a bandage pack or a piece of bread, do not use the crucifix on ambush. Instead, save the crucifix for Figure as he can one-shot you. Ambush will only do 50% of your health each hit, and he can easily be avoided by entering a closet or by being in a spot outside his path. It's important to know that ambush's path is completely random, but you can tell if you will be in his path if you see the red trail near you. There is one thing you need to watch out about ambush though. Sometimes in some places, usually around the center of the map, the path he takes can hit you twice, dealing 100% of your health. And for my final and very important tip when beating this game mode guys, is that When you beat this event, you make sure you have saved up 1,000 knobs, because the Cringle Buddy isn't free, and it will cost you 1,000 knobs. Anyways guys, please make sure to like and subscribe if you found this video useful, and if you enjoy Roblox Doors content. Here you can check out my other video where I beat the mines a hard place without hiding in any lockers.